And Peter Lori, y'all can come over here so we can get a photo on. And major congratulations to all of y'all. Yeah, just right in front of me.
Sorry, trying to get a good photo for public image.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys this hints, y'all.
Hey, guys, sir.
Oh.
Stand over right here next to Liz.
Thank you so much.
Here's a pin, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, guys, ready? Got it.
Thanks.
And current district governor Jeff Glass wrote up just a few things about the Servants for Award, and I'd love to share that with you right now. As our Rotary International President, Stephanie Burrich, has said, Rotarians can add to the magic of Rotary by serving, donating, or growing Rotary through increased membership. You have now done all three by working on a project, referring a member, and given to the Foundation for Rotary Direct. You have indeed added to the magic of Rotary through all your efforts and support. On behalf of our district, I want to thank you for your contributions and leadership in helping make Rotary the wonderful organization it is. Jeff Glass, District Governor. All right, another round of applause for these 11.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Congratulations to all the award winners, very well deserved and well earned as well. So let's go into some of our topics for our committees. And so we start with membership, and Jean-Luc and Harrison is going to be joining you as well. So let's talk about membership. And then John Case, if you can come up after them for fundraising and new generation. So turn it over to Jean-Luc or Harrison, whichever one to start.
Hey everyone, I'll start us off. Real quick announcement for our service social that we'll be having in November. I've been going back and forth with our marketing team to determine what date would work best. We're looking at Thursday, November 14th, 5:57. It will be at the North State Bank office on Blue Ridge. Each one of you will be receiving an RSVP in your email. Please make sure to RSVP if you're able to come. We're going to have a bartender as well as hors d'oeuvres and snacks. So we're catering all of that, so we need to make sure we get a good head count of how many will be there. So once again, Thursday, November 14th from 5:37, North State Bank.
Thank you so much to Harrison. And then in January, financial partners, they have also agreed to serve a social for us. So again, if you guys, your business, a business, a customer of yours, anything local here that, we want to go ahead and get around and support. So we want to see as many people out there as we can, and want to get you guys involved as well. So another thing that we have coming up next week on November the 4th is the member orientation. Now, a big thing here, you don't have to be a new member to attend. Okay, so you can, and we would love to see all of you out here, to speak with the new members, as well as, again, we love more opportunities for us to get to know and have deep conversations with one another, because that is, of course, part of the spirit of Rotary. Yes, we want to serve. Yes, we want to give back, but we want to also create strong relationships. So another thing on that is I would challenge, everyone in here next week to sit at a different table that you don't normally sit at with other people that you don't normally speak with. It may be uncomfortable. I love that for us. Okay, that's okay, because it has to start somewhere. Yeah, we can do it. Okay, and that's how we form a stronger club as well. So I look forward to seeing everybody next week on the 4th, as well as on the 14th of November at North State Bank. And if there are any long-term members here who are interested in becoming a mentor, I believe we have 6 or 7 now, but we can always add to that. So feel free to reach out to me, stop me. I'll be here afterwards to talk with some of the guests today. And thank you so much.
Hey, thank you very much, John Luke. Thank you, Eric. I'm happy to be here, and I've got some real exciting news. There are no more undefeated teams. Somebody switched it.
Sorry, I didn't know you.
Happy for you to do that. Thank you very much. So Weston's not alone at the top anymore. He is, but he's not undefeated. And there are a couple of winless teams. I decided against hosting them because the Rotary is supposed to be a real positive organization. So we'll keep posted. Next, on the slide, please, Mike.
Sorry.
Thank you to the 16 people who have stepped up to agree to sponsor the fall party so far. The names are listed above. I put an outrageous goal there. Let's get 40 sponsors so we can get our entire fundraising budget in the bank before the end of the year. Almost halfway there. Make it real easy to sign up. There are sign-up cards on the table. You can just take a pen up on the table, sign up, hand it to Linda on your way out. You can say, hey, Linda, sign me up. You can say, hey, Johnny, sign me up. Exciting news, former President Kerry handed me these two ribbons. There's a blue ribbon and a red ribbon. They are from the State Farm. We have State Fair award-winning mead that will be part of the tasting test for the whiskey tasting. I've never had mead, but you've heard of the expression going on a honeymoon. That's where it comes from. Honeymoon is mead. So sign up, bring a friend. Most importantly, it fits into the social aspect of the club. We want to have a good time together before we go into the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. So come. Next. I am super excited. We had a committee meeting today for the gala. Michelle Stewart and Mike Brennan have agreed to be the co-chairs. The other committee chairs were there. This is going to be really exciting. It's going to be really big. We're partnering with Dix Park Conservancy, patrols coming, as well as other things. It's 110th anniversary celebration, and we plan to do a lot of recognition for a lot of special people at this. So you'll be getting sponsorship information on this in the next month or so. In the meantime, if you want to help, the more the merrier. Contact us. I want to help with the gala. We'll put you on a committee. And with that, we'll transition to the youth exchange program. A new generation, unfortunately, shaking it bigger. I'm going to speak with that. There are a couple things that have taken place in the last week. First, there was the Yam Jam. Everybody wants to get involved in a little jam and a little yam. So they had a good time harvesting for the St. Andrews Society. If you're not familiar with that, St. Andrews Society goes around and cleans things from farms and then donates to the food bank. So very worthy cause. Next. They're taking applications for the Youth Leadership Academy. Really strong program for high school kids so that they can learn about Rotarian values and leadership values. We want to train up young people. I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a lot of need for that in our society, for people to be trained up in Rotarian values. So if you know a young person who's in high school that you think would be interested in that, we'll get them an application. So just reach out to Linda or Shake. Lastly, I would like to invite my guests, Jesus, to come forward. Jesus, have the pleasure of meeting him through the Rotary Youth Exchange Program. He is a host family. He and his wife caring for a young lady born from Japan. Both of us stepped up and said we will be one of the 3 host people for each student. We're still waiting for other people to step up and take additional spots with these 2 kids. But Jesus has such a compelling story, and when I heard it, I said, you're a Rotarian, you need to come to the meeting and share. So if you share kind of your background and reason for stepping forward to us.
Yeah, thanks, John. So did mention, how did we get set up with a student? Well, really, my wife was talking to somebody else and they said, hey, we have an exchange student from Japan. Would you want to do that? She said yes. And then we talked, you know how that conversation went. Say, hey, we're having a Japanese student come to our house. That's really how it happened. So really, no, but we were both prior military. So one of our things is to make sure that both of our daughters have an outlook on the world, not just North Carolina, not just our city, but the US, but a world view of how things are done. Being stationed overseas, you'd be surprised on only the media. That's the only influence people have. That's the only thing people see, including our host daughter, Marie. She had an idea of what an American is. And we've had conversations like, this isn't what I thought. So she was thinking really like Back to the Future or all of, Wayne's World. And it's like, man, all you guys, I was thinking that all we were gonna eat was pizza all day, every day, and that was it. And so she was blown away. The other part of it is we really want to have an impact on people. The younger generation is really where we need to start. Those are like the seeds. And if we can implant something in them, something positive, then they'll be able to take it down to their country and share it with their family. Hopefully we can exchange vice versa. Our daughters right now are like, we want to do this. We want to go do a foreign exchange and just go somewhere else, Spain or Italy or Germany, which is fantastic. So it's about shifting people's mindset, especially now that media is around. Media is all they see, and that's their reality. But we have a way to impact them and show them what the truth is.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. And this is an important program, and I still think we have an opportunity for our young lady that we're hosting for somebody to step up and do that as well. So with that, we'll have Kevin come up and talk about Salvation Army bell ringing, getting ready. We're sort of sitting on the runway, getting ready to take off. And then if Tom Holder can come up and follow Kevin.
Yes, it's that time of, almost that time of year, but we are gonna start on Black Friday this year. We'll ring Friday, Saturday, and then for 3 weeks thereafter, till Christmas Eve. I'm really excited about it. I know you guys are, and I'll be welcoming everybody to sign up for their 6 shifts. Linda's gonna be sending out the link early, so you've got plenty of chance to grab those ideal spots. The weather, if you bring time out there, you generally have good weather, so you can try and. The other thing I want to just throw out there, last night I had a chance to go to a reunion on our Dominican trip. So that's coming up. There's an interest meeting. That's where the district is building houses again, 4 homes down in the Dominican Republic. That'll be at the end of March 2025. If you're interested, there's a meeting on November 20th. So it's mark your calendars. Thanks, Eric.
Projects every year. There is a competition, a friendly competition among Rotary clubs, and we want to make sure we retain the title there. So Tom Holder has a very important announcement of message, and I've asked him to come and talk about this. Don't tune this out. We're a club, we're friends, we do services, but we're also a business. We need to manage our business aspect of what we do as well. So Tom Treasurer, would you come please and share the information with the club?
Oh, thank you, President Eric. Good afternoon, everybody. I look across the audience and I see former treasurers. I'm your current treasurer. See former board members, current board members, etc. But we have, I'm gonna say 30 seconds of this business. I need your help. Our money comes in quarterly. Each of us now gets a bill electronically. We used to get it in mail. Now we get it electronically the first of the month. So we're flush with cash typically the first of the month, and as we go through the month, the cash gets snowed. And we have a new quarter thing. This month, when I pulled the report, accounts receivable, you businessmen know what that means, dues, etc. The report's a little long too. So we need your help. Couple of points. If you think you've taken care of it, please double check. If you have your company pay for it, you put it in processing with accounts, payable, etc. Make sure they got it. It's gotta be in the queue, it's gotta be paid. My situation, I write it personally, put it on my expense report, is taken care of. Some of the others, it works like I said, they're still on together. But, I had one member who really enjoyed this. I looked around, see some of your friends. He said, Tom, this was prior to our call. He said, Tom, I know if I waited long enough, you would have called me first. I love everybody in this room, but please, I don't want to call, make too many personal calls. We have a big old laugh about it, and it's fun, it's cute. But, double check that you took care of it. You got any questions, see me, I can help you, or certainly see you. And, thank you.
Appreciate the straight talk and appreciate everybody taking a look at that. If there's a specific or particular situation in your world right now, share that with Linda. She and I can talk, but I don't let this just linger. The board reviews this every month, so there's no flying up to the radar. On the tables are the buckets for the Dementia Alliance of North Carolina. They provide services to families who are dealing with dementia. And while you're doing that, we have one of my favorite people in the club. I did that. Leslie Oliver is going to do our hack celebration.
Sweet of you to say, but he says that to everyone. So anyway, happy college. Who's happy? Who's happy? And let's hear it. Why are you happy? Whose football team won? Whose grandkid is new? Oh, we got a happy council owner. Okay, just gearing up some cash for the Dementia Alliance. What do you got now?
Big old fat dollar. First of all, I'm a lovely look back. Was off last weekend. I didn't have to worry and sweat the weekend. Have that special defensive play. Kurt reminded me about on this field goal on their last game. And then yesterday, one of the reasons I'm a big football fan. I don't know how many of you were watching the Viking Redskins fans yesterday. I'm a Panthers fan. In the state here, they got matches up right in the district 2 times over. But I was watching the Panthers finish yesterday, playing at the Broncos in Denver. It was a beautiful game. We got snobby there. Then it came to the Bears playing Commanders in DC. And they want Commanders want to help there. That's unbelievable. I like the children stadium again. You haven't seen it. It's worth going to YouTube and pulling it up. Amazing finish. And if you were at that game, that's a game of a life. Because they won. The Commanders did.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah. The CEO of my company is a Commanders fan, and it was really a crazy game. That was unbelievable. I was the person that screamed.
This time I'll bring up pro football that you brought up. My Detroit Lions, guys, nobody ever rooted for the Lions. They've never won anything in my life, but this year they're on the list.
All right, go Lions. Hey, Peter Lori, what's your happy note?
You look so nervous. Like nothing to do with sports or your football team, which is pretty football. Where's Tommy? Tommy, my happy dollar, which I actually need to know because you haven't on me, is to thank Tommy. Last week we had a flippant conversation about insurance, and he said, well, send it over to me and I'll see if I can take a look at it. I've been here 2 years. I've been trying to get insurance to cover my fiance, who's British. And Tommy was the first person who managed to sort it out with literally no difficulty or problems whatsoever. So thank you very much. I'm bringing the raffle so I don't win. So, you know, every child and everything.
No deed goes unpunished. Thanks, Tommy. Oh, okay.
Is there anybody around this here? Here's one for the hands. Find one.
Both my Buccaneers and Bears on the walk that's lost, so it's not for them. So just pray for them. But This is for the two great events I had, with the Raleigh Rotary Classic, which benefited the American Cancer Society. And also on the marketing campaign. And then Saturday night was Gabby's hat fair, charity gala, happenings, and I was Patrick Star. It was very fun. And that's that.
Thanks, John. So we're in the week. You know, we're at the camp this season and where. Okay, that it? Anyone else happy? Okay, we'll save it for next week. Thanks.
Permanent job, that's the biggest problem we had in a long time, so way to go. Eric Stevens, if you could come up, please, and join us. Eric has an announcement about an area service project. You've been hearing elements about it. You've heard the big picture about this. We're getting down to the elements. And then I did see Richard come in. I've been told there's not a service announcement today. That's correct. So here's our service announcement. Assistant District Governor Eric Stevens.
Thanks, Eric. So you've heard me talk a couple of times now about the Rotary Music Garden. That's a joint project of all of the Rotary clubs and one in Raleigh and one in Cary. We now have a volunteer opportunity. It's Thursday, November 21st, starting at 9 a.m. We're going to plant 1,400 flower bulbs at Moore Square in the area surrounding where this music park is going to go. They're looking for 30 volunteers from amongst all of the clubs that are participating here. And there's a link, a sign up link that we'll pass around, but it's very exciting, you know, that we're gonna have this planet just so it comes up. And so these bulbs are flowering right at the time that we're having our, you know, our big ribbon cutting. So, please come.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for the evening. On a number of those. Okay, with that, we have Harrison with our raffle.
It was, I think, because we had green tickets today, it was a good hauling for raffle. So the fund today is a $60 take home. I have a ticket in, I have dollars on light, so I can't pull the ticket. Patty, can you pull the winning ticket? All right, ticket number 825007. Okay, awesome. There we go.
Great. Thanks, everybody who participates in that each week, and those who run it. It does continue to bring funds for our club. So we do have our birthdays and anniversaries here coming up. Taylor Bailey on the 29th, and Charles Bailey also on the 29th. And then we have anniversary Mark and Karen Livingston on the 28th, and that's their 29th anniversary. So congratulations to everyone. For our upcoming meetings, next week we have Tina Selden Cash from the Rudy Theater in the Soundlight. It's just going to be a fun program. She's going to talk about the Rudy. It's a wonderful live venue, live shows. I think of Branson, Missouri kind of shows, stage shows, musical programs, all kinds of things, seasonal. And so she's going to come and talk, and then she's going to perform for us. If you've been in Raleigh for a while, she's a local well-known celebrity, used to be on an anchor on WRAL, and things like that. And so please look forward to that. Then on the 11th, on Veterans Day, we will have a meeting, and we have a very special program that week. We have two of our own presenting. We have Royal Air Force Squadron Commander Peter Gorey, and we have United States Army Colonel Kurt Warner talking about Veterans Day and Remembrance Day from both sides of the Atlantic. So I've already seen some of the material. You're really going to enjoy that. And then on the 18th, Nathan Thomas will give us an update on the solar project. That's been going on for a number of years. We were one of the earliest clubs to be involved in that, where they go and put solar panels on schools that have no access to electricity. This isn't to boost the grid. This is to give them basic electricity. So really exciting time. He just got back a few weeks ago from that. So with that, I am more than delighted to introduce our speaker today, Reverend Paddy Rooney. He has a rather elaborate title beyond that, which is forbidden to use. So he is somebody, however, who has more letters after his name than before his name. So let me give you just a little bit of background. One thing I've learned about Paddy over the last few years is he's bilingual in that he speaks both Lutheran and Catholic. And if you know your history, Martin Luther didn't want to go with the Catholics. So anyways, Pastor Rooney is retired Lutheran clergyman, having served in Pennsylvania and in North Carolina, excuse me, as a Roman Catholic religious order pastor as well. He's been in numerous committees in the synods in the Pennsylvania area, and then has served as an interim pastor here in North Carolina for a number of congregations and works with the North Carolina Synod. He has been the president and CEO of a large nonprofit. I just didn't know that about Paddy. And that nonprofit served the mentally ill and the developmentally disabled people. He is the past chair of the York County History Center, again, a great lover of history, and has served on a number of boards, 5 other boards for nonprofit organizations. He also serves on the board of this organization. He's the author of a number of published sermons. You can find them online. I started reading one the other day, and the popular series that he did on the perfect sacrifice is a very highly ranked sermon in that area. Pastor Rooney is a founding member of the Society of the Holy Trinity. He actually helped create that. That's a Lutheran order and ministerial. And that goes across the United States and Canada. He served as the dean and general secretary of that when it was created, and now has been the head of retreats and training of that organization. Is that correct? The head of the whole organization. He's a member of, in the history buffs look at this, the Sovereign Military Order of the Temple of Jerusalem. Who knows what most people call that? The Knights Templar. If you've never had a Knight Templar, you're about to. Pastor Rooney is a Knights Templar, and he is a Grand Commander of the Knights Templar and the Assistant Chaplain, and he's the Grand Learning Officer for them as well. As you've heard him speak, and as you saw him politely stand by with his hands at his side during the Pledge of Allegiance, he's a native of England and a citizen of the Crown, and we're glad to have him here. He studied at St. Mary's College in London, philosophy in America, and got his degree in counseling from Shippensburg University in Pennsylvania. He's married to Sally. They have 2 grown children and 3 grandchildren. He's obviously very active in our club. He's active in our district. He's our district foundation chair, and he has received numerous Rotary awards. He is actually served as district governor in Pennsylvania and was president of his club in Pennsylvania. And then he has received he's been the chair of Peace Fellowship, the subcommittee, and the district foundation committee. Currently, he's the District Rotary Foundation Chair, and he is a man, when he talks to us about giving, he's talking from a place of authority. Paddy's giving includes giving to Polio Plus. He is a member of the Polio Plus Society, which means every year. He's also a member of the Paul Harris Society, which means he creates a Paul Harris Fellow every year, a major donor, level 2, which is a very significant level. And in our club, he's giving to the Lester Woodall Society and the Heritage Oaks Legacy Society. So I always put a personal thing in here. Every time I talk to Paddy, I feel both wiser and better. And so with that, Paddy.
Thank you, President. I very much see that. I want to spend a little time talking about the foundation. November in Rotary is always Foundation Month. So it seems an opportune time to come and say a few words about our foundation. But I don't want to neglect also our club foundation. So toward the end, I'll be concentrating on that as well, talking a little bit about the work that we do and are able to do through our club foundation as well.
We can do it for you.
Okay. Foundation is more than just a collection agency. Foundation is, and I say this regularly and I'll repeat it as often as I can, it's service is the beating heart of Rotary. That its lifeblood is the foundation. What enables us to do the work of service locally and throughout the world is the ability to sustain ourselves through our foundation. So the words you see up there are ways in which you can see that we are in fact making a difference in people's lives each and every minute of each and every day. That's what we do as the foundation in Rotary. We concentrate upon our areas of focus. You know that we have, if you don't know, you need to know, we have 7 areas of focus. The latest, of course, we used to have 6 for the longest time. We added the environment, given the concern about the environment. But we see we have peace building and conflict resolution. And some of you know, of course, we have peace centers spread throughout the world. The only peace center in the United States is in fact located in this district, with a joint effort between Duke and North Carolina. Is that right? I get those confused. Duke and North Carolina. I get UNC and NC State all confused. All I know is, again, I'm a Penn State fan, so all you need to know is the right color of blue and white is Penn State. And Kurt knows we're taking on Ohio State next week. I just said that, Kurt, sorry. So peace building, conflict resolution, disease prevention and treatment, water sanitation projects, maternal and child health, basic education, literary, community, and economic, as I mentioned, environment. Let me just tell you a brief story. I tell this story when I first joined the club. It's worth repeating. I was in India back in 2019 and 20 to speak to some folks at various districts and to do some work. We visited some sites that have been supported by a group from England and Spain, Rotary clubs working together in England and Spain to assist in India. Went to these villages. Before Rotary stepped in, the women were afraid to go to the bathroom at night because they had to go out into the field. They went into the field. There was a danger of being bitten by poisonous snakes or of being raped. Women would simply not go to the bathroom at night. One of the projects between the British and the Spanish was to put simple toilets in there. These were environmentally sound toilets. They enabled women, and they did one for every 2 houses. They enabled women to be able to go in the privacy of their own bathroom, which they needed to do. That's the type of work we do. That's what I mean by making a difference each and every minute, each and every day. That's the work we're doing. That's the difference we're making in people's lives. That's the simple ability to have some decency and dignity to go to the bathroom. That's what we do. The amazing thing about Rotary Foundation is that 91% of every dollar that we give goes toward the work itself. That's a remarkable figure. Many other nonprofits, including the one I worked for and ran for a number of years, which was a large $70 million nonprofit agency. We did not have that ability. We were using our funds for other things. 91% of funds are spent on the program itself and the operation. For more than a decade now, we've had a regular 4-star rating from Charity Navigators. Again, if you're in the nonprofit world, particularly here in the United States, Charity Navigators is one of the primary understandings of how you rank nonprofits, and we have achieved that consistently year after year after year. It's a 4-star agency. Annual fund share we'll talk about in a moment, but it's most important for us to consider. Last week I did a little thing on polio. This is part of my general presentation that I'll be giving to 8 different clubs here in the district in the next few weeks. I just want to skip through a couple of things about polio. Okay, let me come to here. One of the most important things about contributions you make is that if you contribute to what we call the annual fund share, what that means is that after 3 years, the money you contributed here in 2024 will come back to our district. 47% 47.5% of our donations are back to our district. That's what enables us to do the work that we do locally. Eric, we talked about some of the projects that we're doing in this area specifically. We can use our funds in the district to be able to support that project and to be able to make a difference again in our community. We do that as well because we've had a long relationship here in this club with Wake Smiles. We give them $2,000 a year out of our fund that we apply for from the district. Plus we give them additional funds as well. So that 47.5% of our donations return to us in district 7710, support our district and support the work we do. The rest can go to global grants. In a couple of weeks, as you saw from Eric, you'll be hearing from Nathan, who's doing his project in Uganda. We're helping to support that in this club. That's an important part, but he has applied for a global grant because the contributions we make locally, the money he's able to raise for the clubs is matched by Rotary International. That makes the difference, therefore, that it's able to support that global grant. And in this club, we're also supporting their other global grants, and I'll come back to that toward the end. The remainder then supports global grants and programs, including Photo Class, Rotary Peace Centers, disaster response, and more. We all know the situation in Western North Carolina. We know how difficult it is out there and how much we have been able to support through some grants that we're applying for through to Rotary International through the district to be able to help support that effort. So that was also important for us to consider. So those funds come back to us as what we call our DDF, and the rest is used then for global grants. So 47.5% comes back. That's important. One of the things I want to talk about is how we can help to stabilize the funding. This chart already showed you something important. Notice 2020-21, we had a huge decline. Why was that? COVID, right? COVID. And part of the problem is clubs were not meeting, therefore people were not being reminded about the foundation, therefore they were not giving. One of the things that helps to alleviate that problem is what we call Rotary Direct. Rotary Direct is a wonderful thing. It simply says, if you look onto the right-hand side there of the screen, Rotary Direct literally means you can work with Rotary International to establish that they have access to your account or your credit card, whatever means you like, to be able to give on a regular basis. That's exactly what I do. Every month, Rotary International takes directly to my bank the funds that I've donated. That's important because it helps level out the giving. So that if we had more of our folks in Rotary Direct, we would not have seen that drop there in 2021. So we hope to consider Rotary Direct. It really is very easy to do this. You go to your Rotary website, you go to My Rotary. How many of you signed up for My Rotary? Oh, good number of you. Go to My Rotary, go into the fundraising effort and look, and you'll be able to see where you can, in fact, then sign up for Rotary Direct. You can choose to give to a number of areas. You can choose to give to polio. You can choose to give to the global work. You can choose to give to the share. I really recommend annual fund share because that means that that money is going to come back. 47.5% is going to come back later on. So I really urge you to do that. One of the things that we're also urging clubs to consider is that you know that every quarter, $25 is being added to your dues to be able to help support the foundation. The trouble is that $25 was set many years ago, and literally inflation has eaten away at that. We really needed to be actually $43 a quarter, not $25 a quarter. So that theory, every Rotarian every year, 2023, is a consideration for clubs to be able to step up and consider supporting that effort, not at the $25 level, but the $43 level we need. One of the things I just want to point out is this district is an immensely generous district. We actually, it says there 489, we actually tipped 500,000 Last year, this district gave 500,000 to the Rotary Foundation. It's the giving of individual Rotarians in the 40-some clubs that we've got. That's a remarkable effort. It's the first time this district has took that number. For that, we're very, very grateful. The question is pretty clear. Will you do good in the world? Now, one of the things we do, of course, in Rotary is that we love pins. Rotarians love pins. So when you do some things, you can get recognized for them, right? This is the Paul Harris Fellow. It's pretty standard. You give $1,000 and you can be recognized as the Paul Harris Fellow. It comes directly from Rotary International, gives you that ability to be recognized. The issue, though, is you don't have to have just $1,000. You have to have 1,000 points. When you give money to the Rotary Foundation, you actually receive not only recognition, you get points. Some of us in this club have used our points to help others achieve the recognition of the Paul Harris Fellow. Looking at you. So some of us very generously gave a number of their points, and I'd say there are about 10 or 12 members of the club who have already donated their points to use to support others to get a Paul Harris Fellow. And that's a remarkable thing, so we're very grateful for that. So when I say that it can be a lump sum cash donation, so you can give $1,000, be recognized with the Paul Harris Fellow. It can be cash and points, and you simply do that by sending documentation in to use your points. I have all that down on my system. If you're interested in talking to me about using some of the points you have to recognize another member of the club that you'd like to support and encourage, then see me and I'll be able to help you with that. Okay. But the example on the bottom is pretty clear. Joe has 200 recognition amount of points. Actually, I've got 16,000 points. Right? 16,000 points. I've got more points than I know that I've ever been able to use in my lifetime. So if Joe donates $400, the district can match $400, and that will bring them to the 200 plus 400 plus 400. They get the Paul Harris Fellow. Okay. Expand your commitment to the foundation. One of the things I did before I became president, not looking at President Eric, one of the things I did though is that I determined that I was going to become a Paul Harris Society member. That is, I made a commitment $1,000 a year to the foundation so that I could literally be in a position as president where I could stand up and talk about needing to raise funds for our club foundation and our Rotary Foundation, but also setting the mark to do that. So the Paul Harris Society is this very nice little chevron that they give you that attaches to your Paul Harris pin, so that enables you to be able to be recognized as a Paul Harris Society. And we are blessed in this club to have a significant number of Paul Harris Society members. For that, again, we're very grateful. That is $1,000 a year. Again, you can do that through direct. So it's out to $85 a month. It's really not a lot of money. So every month, Rotary Foundation takes out my $85. Now, I do one other thing though. I mentioned last week that I support Rotary polio efforts. And as a result, what I do with my $85 is I designate a portion of that to go to my Polio Plus, and the rest goes to annual fund share. Okay, so you can choose to do that. So by that way you're doing both. Well, the suggestion is $10 a month for Polio Plus, and $75 a month for the annual share. Now, what that does in the end then is it also makes you member of the Polio Plus Society here in District 7710. For that, you get another thing. How's that? Okay. So there are ways we should do that to support the efforts. One of the things I really love to do in this club is make us a 100% Paul Harris Fellow club. There are a number of our clubs, in fact, is it up there? There's 41% of our clubs in the district have achieved the status of having every member as Paul Harris Fellow. It means every member is committed to $1,000. That's a remarkable effort. This club is not. I know from being district governor, that one of the most difficult things is actually, with larger clubs, which we are, getting all the members to contribute. If you've got a club with 15 or 20 members, it's a lot easier to get 15 or 20 people to a Port Harris club than it is for a larger club like ours. But I really want us to consider supporting this effort over the next 3 years. That's my challenge. Over the next 3 years, this club becomes a 100% Port Harris fellow club. Right? We want everybody. So it means sometimes you have to use some points. Sometimes we have to encourage people to give. If you don't know what you've given, I can tell you what you've given, because as district foundation chair, I have access to everybody's giving record. Okay, so if you don't know what you've given, I'd be happy to help you find it yourself, or indeed tell you what it is that you've given. And if you've given, one of the things I'm doing as district foundation chair, is I'm gonna pick on Pam. I'm gonna say to Pam, you've given $800. You've got another 200, Pam? That'll bring you to $1,000. That's what you need to do. Got it? Okay. So that's my challenge to Rotary Club of Raleigh. In 3 years, we are 100% Port Harris fellow club. That's my challenge. Okay. I don't know who's going to be president in 3 years, Eric, but we'll see if we can make it. Okay, again, Rotary Direct. There are 3 ways you can sign up for Rotary Direct. You can sign up online. You can do it by mail. You can do it by phone. If you have nothing else, you can simply call Rotary International, ask to be connected to the service center, and they will take your details. Okay, give them your account, give them your bank account, give them your credit card. They'll take care of it. And once they have it, by the way, you can forget it, because they'll be happy to take it from you from that point on. Okay? But you can change it at any point. You don't need to be giving it that level the whole time. You've done that one. So really, this is our ability to do good in the world. I say again to you what I just said a few minutes ago. We in Rotary make a difference each and every minute of each and every day in someone's life somewhere in the world. We are making a difference. We are doing things that others have not been able to do. And again, as I spoke about everybody last week, we were given them just somewhere in the world every day. Think about the effort that we've achieved. In 1988, there were 325,000 cases of polio a day in the world. Now we're down to the last 12 cases in 2 countries. That's the difference we've made, simply by taking on that effort. That's the work that we do. That's the importance of the work that we do. So I hope that you'll continue to support the Foundation Rotary International. Now, before I wrap up, let me just say a word about our own foundation. We have a club foundation. Not all clubs have their own foundation. We do here. It's an important work we do, partly because we were able to spin off last year from the investments that we made, $26,000. With that $26,000, we've been able to assist in a number of efforts locally and globally. We've been able to support some projects, including NATO's project in Uganda. We've been able to support some work for spina bifida and a global grant. We've been able to support some of the local work, Eric, that we've done with the other clubs for $2,000. So we have already, out of that $26,000, spent $16,000. We've committed to spend $16,000. We have another 10 to spend for the end of the year. It's gifts to the Rotary Foundation that help the Rotary do its work. It's gifts to our foundation that help the efforts to do that. I want to recognize a couple of people. I don't want to embarrass them. I want to recognize them. Where's Braxton? Behind there, right there. Braxton made a choice recently. He chose to support our local club foundation. The gift he celebrated to himself, Mr. Braxton. You celebrated your 40th birthday, and he gave a gift of $4,000 as a recognition to our club foundation. That was just a way to use some investment to be able to do that. So that's a wonderful thing. I recognize Jim Dawson. Jim is also not only a regular giver to the Rotary Foundation, he's also a person who chose to give a one-time $1,000 gift as a benefactor. That is a gift that will go into the long-term request of our Rotary Foundation International to support that work. So, Jim, I want to thank you for that work, for that effort too. Both of those are the ways in which we can all work together. So do support Rotary International Foundation. Do also support our own club foundation. You can do that as President Eric mentioned in the beginning, by becoming a member of the Lesser Woodall Society. That means you should give $500. It's not a lot of money these days. $500 to be able to support the work of our club foundation. Be a member of the Lesser Woodall Society. We also set up, under the guidance of Eric and a few others, what we call the Heritage Oak Society. This is that you will make a commitment and pledge to donate something to our club foundation as your death. And I hate to say this, but I'm in the business though of passionately matching and dispatching. The last time I checked, mortality rate is 100%. That means that all of us here will die. So plan ahead. One of the plans you can make is to be able to give to our club foundation. I've chosen to do that, left a request for the club foundation upon my death, as a member of the Heritage Oak Society. Consider doing it, consider being a part of that effort as well. Again, I cannot stress enough, we together making a difference. Together is an important word for Rotary. It's the beginning of our vision statement. Together we see a world. Together we work. Together we are able to make a difference. If one of us again, as I said last week in polio, try to take on the effort of fighting polio, we simply could not do it, but together we're able to do that. So together I ask you to support the Rotary Foundation and support our club foundation. Thank you so very much for your time and attention and for your commitment to the foundations that we support. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Patty. And just in case you don't have one, I have a Rotary mug for you to go with your probably sizable Rotary collection of items.
I got more Rotary mugs than I got hot meals.
So we're right on our time right now, but I'm sure if Patty has a minute or two afterwards, if you have any questions. This is a lot of information, but their idea here is there's lots of ways to be involved in Rotary at all kinds of different levels, at all kinds of different conveniences, supporting different kinds of things. So Patty is very well versed in this. He can tell you what you're trying to do, and the avenue for doing that, how close you are to Paul Ferris Fellow, and all of those other things. So thank you very much, Patty, and again, we appreciate it. And another welcome to our visitors. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you had a chance to talk to some of our club members today. And at this point, will all the club members stay? We'll cite the four-way test. And the things we think, say, and do, is it true?
Truth. Fair, all concerned. Build goodwill.
Good job, good job.